Did you know that 55% of how we judge someone's credibility comes from their body language, while only 7% comes from the words they actually say? Yet, most people focus only on the content of their speech, ignoring the power of the right words. But here's the shocking truth: certain phrases can instantly make you sound more confident, trustworthy, and knowledgeable, no matter your experience. In this video, we're going to explore 6 phrases that have the power to boost your credibility immediately. These aren't the usual tips you've heard 1,000 times. These are strategies used by top speakers, from leaders to influencers, to instantly gain respect and trust from their audience. Stick around, because we're going to dive into how you can start using these phrases today, whether you're speaking in front of a large crowd or having a one-on-one conversation. Ready to level up your speaking skills? Let's get started. Chapter 1: The Power of Personal Experience. I've been there. One of the most powerful ways to build instant credibility is by sharing your own personal experiences. When you say, "I've been there," it immediately connects you with your audience. People love hearing stories, especially those they can relate to. A personal story humanizes you and makes you seem more approachable. Research by the Stanford Graduate School of Business found that people tend to trust individuals who share their struggles over those who only boast about their successes. This is because stories make you more real, and real people are more believable. In your next speech or presentation, try starting with a personal anecdote that ties into the main topic. Don't worry if it's not a major life event, what matters is the connection. Even something as simple as learning from a minor mistake can show you're humble and authentic. In The Art of Public Speaking, Dale Carnegie stresses that people are more likely to trust you when they see that you have faced the same challenges they are facing. Sharing your experiences doesn't just establish your credibility, it makes you approachable and trustworthy. Think about it: when was the last time you trusted someone who just listed their qualifications without telling a story? Probably not often. But when someone opens up about their journey, you listen closely. By saying, "I've been there," you invite your audience to walk beside you. It's an invitation to empathize with you. And research backs this up. Studies show that empathy increases trust and understanding. A 2018 study from the University of California, Berkeley, found that we trust those who understand our feelings and situations more deeply. So, when you speak, embrace vulnerability. It's not about pretending to be perfect, it's about showing you've walked the path. Your audience will respect you for it, and most importantly, they'll believe in your message. Remember, everyone loves a good underdog story. So, don't shy away from sharing moments of struggle or failure. People don't just want to hear about your victories, they want to know how you got there. And that journey is what really makes you credible. Chapter 2: The Subtle Confidence of, let me clarify that. The way you present information can make a huge difference in how credible you appear. One subtle yet effective phrase that instantly boosts your authority is, "Let me clarify that." When you use this, it shows you're confident enough to correct yourself or provide more detail, which actually builds trust. The simple act of taking a moment to clarify your point tells your audience that you care about accuracy. As the great public speaking coach Nancy Duarte explains, clarity equals credibility. If you rush through an explanation or avoid correcting a statement, you might seem uncertain. But by clarifying, you display a clear understanding of the topic. A fascinating study from Harvard Business Review found that audiences are more likely to trust speakers who are willing to admit when something is unclear and make the effort to explain it better. This is particularly important in today's world of information overload, where people are often left with more questions than answers. When you use the phrase, "Let me clarify that," you create space for deeper understanding. It's not just about fixing errors, it's about enhancing the message. This not only increases your credibility, but it also improves how your audience receives and processes the information. Many successful leaders and speakers use this technique. For instance, Steve Jobs was known for his ability to clarify complex topics during his presentations. He would often pause and say, "Let me simplify that for you," making sure everyone in the room understood the essence of his message. The phrase also gives you room to offer more context or expand on important details, which is essential for making complex ideas accessible. In fact, 70% of people prefer explanations that are clear and detailed, according to research by the Nielsen-Norman Group. By employing this technique, you show you're in control of the conversation. It's a simple but powerful way to let your audience know that you're an expert who values clarity over speed. Chapter 3: The Humble Authority of, experts agree that. One of the quickest ways to enhance your credibility is by referencing experts. The phrase, "experts agree that," is a classic because it immediately lends authority to whatever you're about to say. But what makes this phrase so powerful is its subtlety. By citing credible experts, you're borrowing their trustworthiness to reinforce your point. It's not just about name-dropping famous individuals or quoting scholars, it's about showing that your ideas align with trusted sources. As author and speaker Brian Tracy puts it, people believe experts, and by aligning yourself with experts, you immediately position yourself as someone who is also in the know. Studies show that we are naturally wired to trust authority figures. According to a 2017 study by the University of Cambridge, people are 65% more likely to trust a claim if it's backed by an authority figure. This is why politicians, business leaders, and even everyday influencers use expert opinions to bolster their arguments. Incorporating expert quotes or studies into your speech makes you seem knowledgeable and well-researched. It shows you're not just sharing opinions, but basing your thoughts on well-established facts. This is essential in a world where misinformation spreads rapidly. The key is to use expert quotes that are relevant and impactful. If you say, "Experts agree that regular exercise boosts brain function," you're not just stating an opinion, you're sharing a scientifically backed fact. A study from Harvard Medical School found that people who exercise regularly perform better on cognitive tasks. Now, you're speaking from a position of strength and not just opinion. It's also important to note that you don't have to be a walking encyclopedia to use expert opinions effectively. As leadership consultant John C. Maxwell advises, use the wisdom of others to enrich your own message. By incorporating expert viewpoints, you not only increase your credibility, but you also show that you're constantly learning and staying informed. So, the next time you're delivering a speech or presentation, remember, referencing expert opinions isn't just a tool, it's a strategy to immediately boost your credibility and ensure your message resonates with authority. Chapter 4, The Invitation to Engage. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. One of the most effective ways to boost your credibility is by involving your audience. When you say, "I'd love to hear your thoughts on this," you're inviting your listeners to engage in the conversation. This simple act of asking for feedback not only increases your credibility, but it also shows you're approachable and willing to listen. Engagement leads to trust. According to a study from the University of California, people are more likely to trust a speaker who values their opinions. It's a two-way street. When you show you care about others' perspectives, your audience sees you as someone who respects their input, which increases your authority. This tactic is often used by great leaders and communicators. For instance, Oprah Winfrey is known for creating an environment of mutual respect with her audience. She frequently asks questions, encouraging people to share their thoughts and ideas. This builds a connection and helps her audience feel valued. Asking for feedback also opens the door for deeper understanding. People appreciate it when they are invited to share their experiences or questions. It's not just about you speaking, it's about having a conversation, which makes your message feel more genuine and relatable. Another important benefit of asking for engagement is that it boosts your credibility by showing you're not just an expert in isolation, you're someone who can lead a meaningful dialogue. You're not just talking at your audience, you're engaging them. A 2015 study from the Journal of Communication found that speakers who engage their audience build stronger relationships and appear more credible. Moreover, engaging with your audience in this way can make them feel more connected to you and your message. It humanizes the experience, making you seem more grounded and trustworthy. It's also a great way to clarify points or dive deeper into topics that interest the group, which makes you look knowledgeable. In summary, engaging with your audience by saying, "I'd love to hear your thoughts on this," not only boosts your credibility but also builds a rapport with your listeners. By showing that you value their input, you position yourself as a speaker who is both informed and approachable. If you're finding these tips helpful, make sure to subscribe for more on how to boost your speaking skills and command the room. Chapter 5, The Bridge to Expertise. What most people miss is, when you want to establish your expertise, start with a phrase that signals you have special insights. What most people miss is. This phrase suggests that you have a unique perspective, one that others may not have considered. It creates instant curiosity and signals that you have valuable knowledge to share. This phrase works because it introduces an idea that sets you apart from the crowd. It implies that you are aware of important details that others might overlook. According to author and communication expert Carmine Gallo, in his book Talk Like TED, to stand out, you need to offer something new. Don't just rehash what others have said. In fact, research shows that people are more likely to remember information that presents a new angle. A study published in the Journal of Memory and Language found that information framed as new or different sticks with people longer than information they already know. When you say, "What most people miss is," you are positioning yourself as someone who has a deeper understanding. It's not just about repeating common knowledge, it's about offering a fresh perspective. This immediately makes you appear more credible because it shows you're not just echoing what everyone else is saying. This strategy also builds intrigue. It gets people to pay attention because they want to know what they're missing. In a world where information is everywhere, being the one who provides fresh insights helps you stand out. Leaders like Elon Musk use this strategy frequently. In his presentations, Musk often brings up ideas that challenge common assumptions or present solutions people hadn't thought of. This approach adds layers of depth to his credibility and shows he's thinking outside the box. In your next speech, consider using this phrase when introducing a new or unconventional idea. It will draw in your audience and make them feel like they're about to learn something important. By doing so, you'll establish yourself as an authority on the subject. Remember, what most people miss is often the key to unlocking new ideas. By highlighting this, you instantly raise your perceived expertise and keep your audience engaged. Chapter 6, The Reassuring Wrap-Up. To sum it up, one of the simplest yet most effective ways to leave a lasting impression is by using the phrase, "to sum it up." This phrase signals that you're about to deliver the final, most important takeaway from your presentation. It shows that you have a clear understanding of your message and that you value your audience's time by wrapping things up in a concise, authoritative way. Using this phrase helps reinforce your credibility because it shows you're organized and confident enough to bring everything together. In his book Made to Stick, Chip Heath explains that, the most powerful messages are simple and clear. When you sum things up, you show your audience you understand what's truly important. It's not just about summarizing, it's about summarizing in a way that reinforces the key points. Research from the Journal of Applied Cognitive Psychology shows that people are more likely to retain information that is repeated at the end of a speech or presentation. So when you say, "to sum it up," you're giving your audience a last chance to remember your most crucial points. Moreover, when you use this phrase, it adds a sense of closure to your speech. It lets your audience know that you're wrapping up in a confident, controlled manner, which boosts their trust in you. It gives the impression that you've delivered your message with purpose and that everything you've said has been leading to this final conclusion. In addition, using this phrase in the right way creates a sense of authority. It's as if you are the one who has carefully considered every aspect of your topic and now you're bringing it all together in a neat package. A study by the University of California, Berkeley, found that conclusions are the most memorable part of a presentation, which is why delivering a strong summary is key to boosting your credibility. For instance, successful speakers like Barack Obama use this technique frequently. He often ends speeches with a clear, concise wrap-up that reinforces his message. It shows he's confident in what he's saying and that he respects his audience by providing clarity at the end. Using "to sum it up" not only enhances your credibility, but it also provides your audience with a clear, concise takeaway. It helps them leave your presentation with a clear understanding of what they've learned, which makes your message stick long after the speech is over. If you enjoyed these tips, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more on becoming a better speaker and building credibility.